I love it. If George Karlaftis comes to Atlanta, the number 8 pick, Falcons fans should be excited. Let's move on to the Denver Broncos at number 9.
Number 9 overall, Denver Broncos on the clock. This is the team that obviously needs a quarterback. You guys heard me earlier. I am staying the hell away from a quarterback in the top 20 of this year's draft class right now. We'll see if that changes with the Senior Bowl. But right now, I cannot. I think it'd be it's a waste of resources in a sense that I don't think that using 9 overall on a quarterback is the worst in the world if they did that. The issue for me would be then if that quarterback does not come out right away and play great, that they're kicking 2023 and 2024 down the road in what look to be much better quarterback classes. So if they take a quarterback at 9 and they're like, listen, we're doing this because we need one, we want to make the investment, but we're right back in this thick of things in 2023, I could be into it, but I just don't think teams operate that way. There's way too much of a sunk cost fallacy. So I'm not going to go with
what? If you get something, Nick, if a quarterback comes in and plays okay, maybe he's part of a trade package in 2023.
Yeah. Yes, teams don't operate that way really. People like to point at the Falcons, but that was a really
Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
Yep.
That was a really unique situation because Rosen was so bad. They were switching to a scheme where there was like one quarterback there's never been a guy like that specifically before fitting that perfect scheme. I mean, I would have liked for the Broncos to work that way. Let's say they draft Matt Corral and Matt Corral's out there looking like, Johnny Manziel out there year 1 and you're picking top 3, then there's no way in bleep that you should let that rookie quarterback from this past year keep you from evaluating the likes of Bryce Young / CJ Stroud. But I digress. We're sitting here at pick number 9 overall. Broncos have needs across the board. They could use offensive line. Charles Cross is definitely in play here. If they go to a wide zone scheme, as much as it kills me to say, if they're leaning into that Kyle Shanahan wide zone scheme, maybe a Tyler Linderbaum to toughen that room and get a surefire pick here at number 9 overall. I can't get behind it because I think that this center is a position that obviously you want it to be good, but I don't think it's really a difference maker on the field. I would have considered Andrew Booth here or George Karlaftis if they were there, but they're not. Sauce Gardner is in play. If the Broncos go to a very press man-heavy scheme, Sauce Gardner, I think there would be a very good case for him to make. I'm going to go with the guy who is probably made the biggest move up draft boards this season, more so than Kenny Pickett, more so than anybody else. I'm going to go with David Ojabo, edge rusher from University of Michigan. We talked about the athleticism of George Karlaftis, but concerns about length. David Ojabo is longer. David Ojabo is a better athlete. He has a ways to go in his run defense. He's a little bit older too, but he didn't start playing football until his senior or junior year of high school. He's going to test like an absolute freak of freaks. And his pass rush moves right now, his natural ability as a pass rusher is insane. When you get a chance to watch Ojabo this year, he did get to see a fair amount of one-on-one kind of pass block situations because of Hutchinson on the other side, but he still won those. He was able to get around. And the length is not only impressive with his ability to play across multiple gaps. He punches that football when he gets after the quarterback. He is not just a sack artist, he's a sack strip artist. So I'm going to go with Ojabo here, understanding that his year 1 is probably going to be more of a situational pass rusher kind of guy rather than a classic, come in right away, playing all the downs, all the snaps like you'd want from a top 10 pick. Probably not for Ojabo off the bat, but I think he's too athletic. There's too much upside here. And I also think he is scheme versatile with the size and frame that he has going forward. So I'm going to go with David Ojabo, 9 overall, University of Michigan.
And he was a consideration for the pick at number 8. Again, the needs for the Falcons and Broncos are very similar at 8 and 9. So if there's 2 guys like that available, and there probably should be, you're going to say, because, DeMarvin Leal is out there too. So a lot of this is going to come down in these fine margins are going to come down to the evaluation process and the pro days.